Hi guys, and welcome to episode 30 of the Cotton the Wool podcast. I am SamBee, your host of Bumblebee Acres Farm. So Cotton the Wool podcast is a podcast put out by Bumblebee Acres Farm, where I am right now. And our farm is a fiber farm and fiber arts studio. We raise sheep, Pygor goats, Angora bunnies, and then we also hand dye yarn, mostly superwash, so that doesn't come from our farm, but we also have spinning fiber that does come from our farm. Anyways, if you are a returning viewer, thank you for stopping by, and sorry for the spiel, you already know it, but if you are a new viewer, thank you so much for giving Cotton the Wool a try, and I hope that you stick around. If you do, please that's a thumbs up the video below and subscribe, and that would be awesome, and I would so appreciate it. So episode 30, I realized like last night that I have been podcasting since I think 2017, and I'm only on episode 30, so you know where this is at. It's not good. But no, I'm trying to film every other week now. I'm trying. I keep saying that, but you know, it's COVID and what have you, and I always keep this hair tie on my wrist and I hate it, so that's gone. Alright, so this is probably going to be a shorter episode because I don't have tons to cover. Last time I told you guys that we were expecting the fencing to be put up, and that did not happen. It's not happened yet. They said they're coming Friday. They were supposed to come last Friday. I don't know what is going on with that. So, yes. Then, I don't know, there are some FOs, some hops, so half of a pair of socks, and some new yarn. So what I have been mostly working on is shop updates, trying to get the new shop filled with ready to ship, because if you have been following us for a while, you'll know that our online shop had a lot of like random ready to ship yarns in there. Like we just had a couple of each one, and so now I have to slowly add those all back in. We also have a new shop update coming this Friday, so that is exciting, and I'm going to show you some yarns from that and some of the yarns from last Friday's update, and I think that's about it. But yeah, the other bees have been getting projects done. I, on the other hand, have been not. But I have been working on things. The problem is one thing I cannot show you because it is a surprise, so patrons know what that is. It is a gift, and I've been working on it for a while. And then I've been working on that dang Gryffindor sweater that I think I got like an inch on the ribbing done, and it's been taking me forever. So there's nothing new to show with that. But other than that, yeah, so let's get into it. So normally I tell you guys about, and since I'm outside, you might hear, like, that's a pickup truck, cars driving by, but, so I'm going to tell you guys about farm updates, things that are going on here at the farm, and then I will tell you and show you guys the knitting. Isn't it cute? But, yes, my little basket full of socks. And the yarn. Let me show you guys this. So I have, like, all of this stuff next to me, that I will show you in that order. And also, just a warning, for those of you that are new, I am chronically scatterbrained, so if that happens, I'm very sorry in advance. I also have, type 1 diabetes, and right before I was supposed to film, after I did my makeup, before I was supposed to film, my blood sugar dropped, and that always makes my brain a little fuzzy, so if I say a lot, I'm very sorry. Anyways, let's get into it. So about the farm, well, I told you about the fencing. It's not happened yet. I didn't tell you guys last time that while I was away, we went and we got 6 new lambs from 2 different farms. So one was from like Central Illinois. Her Instagram handle is ChristyP3, and I posted a little vlog of us going and picking those guys up on the Patreon. Oh, I always mess that up. On the Patreon. So if you are interested in seeing little vlogs about our more like behind the scenes, not really like scripted, not like I script podcasts, but more like everyday stuff, you can find that on Patreon. But yeah, so we got 3 sheep from her. Her farm is I think it's Fox Run Farm. I always mess it up. Fox Run Farms. And we got the cutest ram and 2 ewes. The ewes were twins, so, and they were the firstborn lambs, I think, of the year. And they are so adorable. And the other day, I was out with them, and they just came right up to me, and they let you squash their butts. And they're just so cute. And the boy is Fitzwilliam. That's what Christy named him. So we have started calling him Darcy, because Fitzwilliam Darcy from Pride and Prejudice. The 2 girls are his half-sisters, so we didn't name them like Elizabeth or anything like that. They were already named Margot and Marcy, but we had a llama named Margot, so we decided to rename Margot Margaret. So there you have it. And then a couple weeks ago, literally not that long ago, it was like a couple weeks, we went up to Kurth Valley Fiber Mill in Wisconsin, and we picked up another ram and 2 ewes, and those guys have not been named yet, but yeah, we're waiting to see about their personalities. But yeah, I don't know if I posted photos of them anywhere yet, or video. I'm blanking on that, but I think I did post when we went to go pick them up. I think I posted it on Instagram. I don't know. I don't remember. But yeah, so that's been exciting. I totally forgot to mention that last week, or last 2. You guys, I am so sorry. 2 weeks ago, last podcast. Oh my goodness. I just need to take a minute. I just need to take a minute to collect my thoughts, because diabetes. Just give me a minute. Okay, I am back. I'm sorry about that. Seriously, the low blood sugar, it just messes me the heck up. But other than that, not really much going on the farm at all. Really, we're just waiting to get this fence up, because then we have to redo the fencing. Oh, speaking of fencing, the reason why I was in with the sheep the other day, that was actually yesterday, because it was Baby Bee's 20th birthday, and the sheep escaped from their like paddock that we keep them in, into the fields that we normally let them out in, but we had to remove one edge of the fencing. It's that field right there that you can see next to me. We had to remove one edge of the fencing, because that's where the new fencing is gonna go, so we moved it for them. And I don't know how they squeezed out, but they, ooh, bugs, but they did. They squeezed out, and we had to go and round them up before they escaped into the rest of the neighborhood. And that was fun. That's just classic farm stuff. It always happens like that. But yeah. Yeah, it was Baby Bee's birthday. COVID, so we didn't really do anything too, like, exciting, I guess. Libby came over and celebrated with us after he got off of work. And yeah, we watched movies, played board games, stuff like that. We had French toast for breakfast, which was good. And SenBee made beef marinara pasta for dinner, and what was it, garlic bread, and it was delicious. Yeah, so Okay, now officially I'm pretty sure I'm done talking about stuff on the farm. I don't know. It's like as soon as I say I'm done, I remember something else. But yeah, so should I talk about knitting? Yeah? Is that what we want to do? Yes. So I have this basket full of socks with me. I have not knit any of these socks. I have Kitchenered all the toes though, because I am the resident Kitchener of the farm. So if you are not a sock knitter and you are unfamiliar with Kitchenering, it is when you take like 2 sides of working stitches and you take a needle, a darning needle, and your yarn, and you kind of weave them together to make it look knitted. So I'll show that little toe. So that's what we typically do with toes. There are other ways to finish off toes, like 3 needle bind offs, and you could just seam them, but we Kitchener, and that's I think the most common thing people who make socks do, because it's the smoothest and it's the most finished look. But yeah, that's my job. The other bees know how to. I think that Baby Bee is the only one who doesn't know how to Kitchener. But SenBee and Queen Bee know how, and they have done it, but I'm just pretty fast at it, so I just offered to do it for them. But yeah, so I have 1, 2, 3, a whole pair, another whole pair, 4, half of a half, and 5 socks. I showed you guys this one last time, but like 5 half of a pairs and 2 full pairs? Yeah, I think that's what we're at. Okay, so let's do the FOs first, because like that makes the most sense. I think I've shown these before. These are an opal yarn color. I don't know the name of it because she didn't put the tag in, but Queen Bee knit these. And they are in like a broken rib, like waffle type stitch on the top. And yeah, so I think this is a 75-25 like DK weight yarn. So she did our Sock-a-Day socks, and instead of doing the straight broken rib, she did on the top they like a waffle pattern. So that's 2 rows of knit 2 purl 2, and then 2 rows of knit, and then that makes you a cute little like waffly type stitch. But yeah, these are adorable. So these are going to be for SenBee for Christmas, I believe. Christmas or her birthday. It both happens around the same time. SenBee's birthday is the 29th of December, so I mean, it'll be either or. I think Christmas, though, is what Queen Bee is planning on doing with all of these pairs of socks. And she also knit Roby a pair of socks, and we need bigger sock blockers because these are ginormous socks. These are knit in our Coquette sock base. And this was one of our Game of Thrones colorways. It is Ramsay Bolton. And if you can see, it's like a little bit of a pale blue for those like icy blue eyes that he has. It's very creepy. And then red and like a blackish charcoal color. But these are for Roby for Christmas or his birthday, one or the other. But yeah, they turned out so cute. I absolutely love how variegated yarns will do this spiral stripe effect. They almost look like they are self-striping, but they're not. It's just how it works up. And normally, like, I will knit Coquette on a US 0. I think these are done on a US 2.5. I think that's what she used on them. But Coquette fills out the stitches really, really well. So it almost looks like like just a really nice fabric. Like, it looks very dense. Here, I'll zoom in. Hopefully it is showing you guys, but yeah, like it looks like a really nice, and it feels like a really nice dense sock fabric, which is what you want. And that's why Coquette Sock is our like favorite sock yarn, just because it makes the nicest socks. It is divine. But yes, so those are the 2 complete FOs. Then I showed you guys this Rainbow Dalmatian color. I think we have 2 yarns left in the shop of this color right now, but I showed you guys this last week, so if you haven't seen last week's video, go check it out if you want to know more details on this one. But this is our squishy DK base, and sorry I don't have any more sock blockers. I guess we need to invest in more if they're going to keep knitting all these socks, just because like superwash yarn doesn't really need to be blocked in socks, because like when you wear them it's going to block them out, but for showing them, doesn't this just looks way better than that. But this is where we're at right now. And she is on the heel on the second one, so she's just cranking these out. And she's doing contrasting heels on this cute blue color. I described all of that in last podcast, so you can check that out there, about the colors, because those are not perfect examples of the 2 colorways that they are, but close enough. She is also working on, oh, where did it go? I lost a sock. Oh, found it. These, I don't think I've ever shown you guys these. Maybe I have. I could have. But do you see this ultraviolet purple? This is insane. Insane. Okay, so this is our Toxic Rainbow colorway. And it is insane. It is neon to the max. And these are also Sock-a-Day socks. Which I will link that pattern below. It's actually 3 patterns in one, and SenBee designed it because it is a perfect pattern to literally crank out socks, which is why I have so many socks here, because literally you can get almost a sock done a day, depending on how much time you have and how fast of a knitter you are. Queen Bee gets about at least half a sock a day with her work schedule and everything if she is just knitting socks. But yeah, no, these are super cool and cute, and she's keeping them for herself, which I'm bummed about, because just look at them. Just look at them. They're perfect. But yeah. So, yeah, this is our Squishy DK yarn. Squishy DK is a 75 superwash merino, 25 nylon blend. So, I mean, you can use a 100% superwash DK to make this pattern, but I would suggest using something with a blend of nylon in it, just to give it a little more strength, because nylon helps give your yarn that little bit of strength. You can use a silk blend too, but silk I find drapes too much, and once it loses its memory it doesn't really come back as easily. I mean, it depends on how much silk is in there, but that is what I have found. It also fuzzes out a little bit, but I've noticed, like, if you take a 100% wool yarn and you pull it to break it, it breaks super easily. If you have like 25% nylon in there, it does not want to break, and that is the kind of thing you want in socks. In other projects it's not super necessary, but in socks I feel like if you're gonna go through the trouble of knitting socks, you want them to last. So she is pretty much done, it looks like, with the leg on this one. And this is just, these are just 2x2 rib. Nothing like super fancy. You can see her little Calcifer that she has on there. So I think he is from Simply Serving. but I got that guy for her, I think 2 birthdays ago, and I'm super jealous I didn't keep him for myself because he's super cute. But yeah, it looks like she needs to just start her heel flap, and she's telling me that she doesn't, she's not motivated to do the heel flap and gusset, because that's where she's at on this one. She needs to pick up for, she needs to heel turn and then pick up for her gusset decrease. So, I mean, that's what it is if you want to do socks, right? So, I don't know what she's complaining about. Then I have 3 other socks to show you. I'm going to show you guys this cute rainbowy one last, and I'm actually going to put it on a blocker to show it off a little bit better because it is so cool. This is actually a new pattern that SenBee has been working on for a few months now, but she hasn't been motivated to work on it, so it's been taking her a little while. But ooh, come on. But these are knit in our Soot Sprites Heart Rainbows colorway. And let me smooth them out a little bit more. Aren't they so freaking cute? Well, I shouldn't say they because I only have one of them here, but isn't it so cute? Oh my goodness. Okay, so this new pattern has this super cute textured stitch. It's very easy because it's very repetitive, but the entire heel, and this is a heel flap type heel style, and the bottom of the foot, and I think even the toe, yeah, it looks like the toe is too, they are all reinforced. So this sock is going to hold up like a champ. Like, it is going to just be super awesome. We're trying to decide if she should just release the instructions on how to reinforce your heel and bottom of your foot and your toe as a separate pattern from this cool stitch, because like for some people it is very necessary to reinforce the bottoms of your feet in socks. I don't feel like it's something I need, but Queen Bee definitely needs it when she has socks. She's a little bit harder on her socks than I am, but I think that might be because she wears wool clogs pretty much exclusively, so I think maybe that's why. But it's super cool. I've been wanting her to do something like this for a long time and come up with a pattern for it, so let me know in the comments like if you would like that as just its own separate pattern, kind of like the Fish Lips Kiss heel pattern, how that's just something that you can plug into any sock pattern basically. So let me know what you guys think, and then Sun and I will review that. But is this not so cute? So this is one of our Studio Ghibli Miyazaki inspired colorways. But yeah. Oh, it's on Squishy Sock. I should have said that too. And that is basically the same as Squishy DK. That's why they both have the same kind of name. They're that 75-25 merino nylon. One's just slightly thicker than the other. But yeah. No, I'm super excited about this. And it is a little bit, is it a little bit more work? I don't know if it's that much more work to reinforce it. I don't think so. I think it's a little bit more thinking, because instead of just doing stockinette stitch on those half of your sock stitches, it would be this reinforcement pattern. But that might be a little bit more fun for a lot of people. But yes, I'm excited to make these. Well, I think I'm just going to plug this pattern into another sock pattern to see how well that like translation works, and then see how well they hold up. I should probably just knit Queen Bee a pair. I guess I could do that. Don't tell Queen Bee that. She's gonna watch this anyway, but it's so cute! This This is one of my all-time favorite colors. It's just so rainbowy and happy. Okay, 2 more socks to show. And these are just still half of a pair socks. Sen and Baby have been knitting their boyfriends, well, fiance and boyfriend, socks. I don't know if these are like Christmas socks or birthday socks, but they just decided they were going to make like a DK worsted sock. And these are giant. Like, as you can see, they are giant. I think they used the same gauge that is in our Sock-A-Day sock pattern, but they definitely casted on more stitches. And they are freaking giant socks. This one is a 3x1 rib. The other one's just vanilla. But the colorways are, I think this one is Blue Barn that she used for her contrast. And then she held Coquette Sock double for both of these. It's all Coquette Sock. She just held it double to make it like a DK. But this color is Helm's Deep. And I freaking love Helm's Deep. It is just so cool and deep and moody and just beautiful. But yeah, so SenBee is making this for her boyfriend, and Baby Bee made this one for Libby, her fiance. And this is Hagrid, held 2 strands together. And the reason why we let her have this skein is because it was a little bit of a misdye. If you can see, it's not as distinct. The speckles are a little more muted. So, yeah. But it looks like she's using a Blue Barn too. Maybe they're using the same skein. Looks like the same exact color as their contrasts. So that's cute. The boyfriend and fiance will match with their socks. That's so sweet. You didn't even think about that. But yeah, so all of those socks I have Kitchenered. So I did contribute this time around. But yes. Ooh, I did want to talk about that. This isn't really farm talk. This is kind of just like talk in general about stuff. I want to do a how to knit video series, and sorry, I'm holding all this yarn. I will hold it so you guys can look at the pretty yarn while I talk. I'm going to be doing a how to knit video series for YouTube. And so if there are like techniques that you guys want to see, please let me know in the comments, because I think that it would be fun to just do that, especially for people who want to get into knitting, who usually crochet. I don't think I'm going to do crochet techniques just because I feel like I'm not as smooth of a crocheter. I'm not like a good demonstrator for crochet. I feel like I have tips and tricks though for knitting that I would like to show you guys. So yeah, but yeah, definitely let me know what you guys think. I'm going to do like my basic like cast on, probably like how to start socks. That's pretty easy, because I have some tricks on how to do that. And yeah, I knit continental style. So if you guys aren't familiar with what that is, a lot of people throw their yarn, so they'll hold their yarn in their right hand and they loop it over their needle as they are knitting. I hold my yarn in my left hand, and so I pick instead. I believe that's what the term that people use now is, picking your yarn. But oh, Peach is inside the window and waving at me. Oh, she's wondering what the heck I'm doing. But yeah, so if you guys are interested in any more advanced techniques or anything, I think I'm also going to be doing tutorials on how I do different stitches in some of my patterns. Like the thistle stitch in my Charismara shawl, people ask how I recommend doing that. And my knitting technique is a little different because I do hold my yarn in my left hand, so I purl a little differently than most people. It can twist my stitches a little bit, so I mean, we'll see. I'll try to knit the proper way though for tutorials, but we'll see. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. And yeah, let's talk about yarn. Do you see all this yarn? So last week, oh, we have been just doing the shop updates. This is why I haven't had time to knit. Here, let me put this next to me. Yeah, I haven't been able to knit because I've been doing like these shop updates and I have to photograph yarns. They've been coming out with some new colors, some ones I have already shown before, and just, I mean, they've been working hard. So I have also been working hard photographing and getting them listed. But last Friday we did a Harry Potter update. So I think I have these all on Coquette Sock, but I have Skelligro, which we have shown before. One of my very, very favorites. I actually showed a pair of socks knit from this that Baby Bee did for Queen Bee for her birthday. I think that was in a couple podcasts ago. But just look at this. Just look at it. It's just these neons. These neons just get me. I don't know what it is about neon. And the weird thing is that I love all color combos. I love the bright neon ones. I love the neutrally rusticy ones. Like, I don't know. I love them all. So this is why I don't have like a look fashion wise, like my own look, because some days I dress like, you know, like your typical plaid hipster, and then other days I dress like neon rainbow madness. So and some days I dress in all black and I'm emo, but that's that's a different thing. But yes, so I will tell you guys about this one last because there's more to talk about on this one, but I'm gonna go through the Harry Potter colors that I have with me. So I have Skelligro, I have Diagon Alley. So when this one is on the shop, the photographs have it reskeined, so the speckles are a little more distributed. I don't know how well the lighting is showing this off, but can you see how beautiful the depth of these speckles are? It's kind of got this russet red brown and then these orangey browns in it. And just, do you see these speckles? Do you see these speckles? They are so varied and beautiful, and it's all on this beautiful blue base. Like this beautiful, I want to say it's like a very neutral blue. It's not striking blue. It's just deep, rich, midnighty blue. And I just love this color. I could do a whole sweater in this color. In fact, I've thought about doing it. So even though this is like a speckled color, it's still a little bit variegated because you can see the speckles group together. And yeah, we haven't had this one in the shop as like full stock. I think last year after our fall shows we had a few to add into the shop, but nothing like this update. And we have it on a few bases, but this is one of my very, very, very favorites. We have Professor Trelawney, and this was a recent Hogwarts Order of Magical Makers colorway. I think this one was April's, but yes, she is released now because everybody was begging for her to be released. So yeah, that's Professor Trelawney. And we have Butterbeer, which is an old favorite that has made its return. I think Butterbeer was a Hogwarts Order of Magical Makers club originally as well, but Butterbeer has this little bit of extra speckling on it that breaks in the coolest colors, and hopefully that I can't necessarily see. Oh yeah, I can see now when I try to put these close up. But yeah, so this one is another one of my favorites. I really just like, I I don't know, I'm vibing on these more like subtly colors right now. Then we have an old favorite that was also released last fall. Mostly at shows because we didn't have any to really put in the shop online later. But this is Letter from Hogwarts. So it is like a nice parchmenty cream with black speckling for the writing and deep red for the Hogwarts seal. But this one is super cool. And when it knits up, you are going to get mostly just cream with black speckles and then little shots and dashes of red. So that is awesome. But yeah, I've seen socks made out of these. Super, super cool. We have one we have released before, Professor McGonagall, who is my favorite character from the books. Her and Hagrid are pretty much a tie, but one of my very favorite characters, I should say. And she has these plums and greens and grays and a little bit of brown for, you know, her tabby animagus, and it's just beautiful. I'm just going on and on about these yarns because, to be fair, I have spent a lot of time working on like the computer and shop updates and stuff like that. So my job of processing yarn has been pretty much taken over by Baby Bee. So I feel like I'm just lacking the yarn squishing in my life. And yeah, so that's why I'm here. I'm just here to talk about these beautiful yarns. We have Harry's Birthday Cake, which is a brand new color. It was part of our Harry Potter Advent, not last year, the year before, because we did Sorcerer's Stone, and so this was one of the colors, but we've never released it before. So this is in the shop right now, and it's inspired by that cute cake that Hagrid bakes for Harry. With the pink and the green frosting. I mean, Queen Bee nailed these tones. She got the colors, I think, spot on for this. But it's just super cute. I just think it's freaking adorable. I mean, how cute would Mittens be out of this? But that's just me. And then another one we put in the shop was this one, which is Hagrid's Pumpkin Patch. And this is a fall colorway. This was also a Hogwarts Order of Magical Makers colorway a couple years ago. You can see it's very, very speckly. And it's kind of got this like taupe base to it, but it's got browns and orange and gold speckles, and it is just divine. And we also released this as guide to order, so if you want more than what is ready to ship in the shop right now, there's a separate listing to pre-order this on any of the bases you want and any quantity you want, because we did that for all of our fall colors just the other day. Monday I released them all on and got them all up in the shop. So that is available. We also released a fall mini skein collection. They're all going to be surprise colors, and they are all going to be 10-gram minis. And there are 13 of them on our squishy sock base. So let's rephrase that. Each set will have 13 minis, squishy sock minis, that are 10 grams each. And that is going to ship when all of these fall pre-orders ship. They are sold out right now, but we're going to be adding more on Friday with the Friday updates this week. So if you are a Patreon supporter, like if you support us there, you get a whole hour to shop updates before it goes live for the rest of the public. So you will get a head start to purchase those if you want. They're just $50 flat, like that's it, plus shipping. So I guess not flat, but $50 plus shipping for those sets. We're going to include a goodie or two in there. I didn't put that in the listing because we haven't decided yet what we're going to include, but there will be an extra little goodie in there. And yeah, so you can go and check those out online. I'm going to put the link to our shop in the description below. It's one of the first things on, like, listed on the homepage, so you can see those there. But yes, we're going to be listing quite a few more, and pre-orders for those will be open for as long as pre-orders are for the other fall yarns. That's only open for like another week and a half. They're closing, oh, I don't know the exact date. Where did my phone go? Is it under all these socks? It's under all the socks. Let me look at the calendar real quick. So pre-orders for fall colors will be open until August 17th, and then they're gonna close. And of course somebody is flying their plane right now. But after that, no more fall color pre-orders. We will be listing some as ready to ship as we are dyeing them, but we aren't sure yet which ones or how many or what bases. So if you definitely want to plan a project with fall colors, I suggest you pre-order them. And then, of course, if those mini skeins sell out, because we only have a set quantity of them, then they sell out. And I think that's it about the fall colors. I don't have them with me because they haven't all been dyed yet. I have some leftovers from last year, but as of right now, they're just, you can see them in the online shop. But, ooh, wait, I didn't show you guys this one. This is the boy who lived! And this one is on Shimmer sock. I don't know why I got the shimmery sock one, but this is AKA Harry Potter. So I love this color because this rich green. Just look at it. Just look at it. But yeah, so this one is inspired by Harry. And it's kind of just like, I feel like Harry wears a lot of blues. Like, you see him wearing like blue plaid in the first movie, and he wears like blue t-shirts and blue jackets a lot. I don't know if they just do that because Daniel Radcliffe has blue eyes, but the green is because he is supposed to have green eyes, and the blue is because he's always wearing blue jeans, at least blue jeans, and usually blue shirt. And browny black for his hair and all that stuff. Well, black for his hair, brown for, I mean, he's also always wearing brown. So that's Harry for you. But look at how beautiful it is. I have not seen this color knit up in socks, but I am dying to. I mean, it would be awesome. He would be awesome knit up in pretty much anything, but I feel like socks are just a really good way to show off variegated colors. What about you? What do you think is a good way to show off variegated colors? Because not everybody likes to knit socks, but I feel like that's like the standard for variegated yarns. I mean, you can make sweaters and stuff out of them, but usually you want to like alternate skeins. So yeah, I just always think of socks. Okay, on to this week's update. And I said this was going to be a quick podcast, but we've been here for like at least 30 minutes, maybe longer. Yeah, I don't even know. But this week's update, we are collaborating with, well, kind of going in tandem, because it's not like a solid collaboration. We're lining up with Sock Witchery's release of a new pattern called the Second Breakfast Socks. The Second Breakfast Sock pattern she had knit in all of our Hobbit colorways. So, she did. Oh, and I don't have a Sam with me. I do have a Froto, but Froto is not in Coquette. But, anyways, I have 3 of them here. 3 of the colors here. But, yes, so the Second Breakfast Socks are have been knit in all of our Hobbit colorways. So, we are releasing them for her sock yarn release. So if you wanted to make second breakfast socks out of the Hobbit colorways, you can do that. So we have Meriadoc Brandy Buck for Mary. We have Peregrine Took for Pippin. I don't have Sam with me, even though Sam is a beautiful color, but he's still on the dry racks. I have Froto Baggins. This one is on Sasquatch, so this would make a beautiful hat. It's just lovely. And I have him on Buttersock as well. But their colorways are actually inspired right after their outfits in the Fellowship of the Ring. So Pippin is always wearing this like blue scarf in Fellowship of the Ring. Mary has this cute green vest. No. Has a green cloak, I believe, and a gold vest. And Frodo is just always wearing these earthy tones. He's got like this, it's this color. I don't know, what would you even call this color? Burgundy? He has like this burgundy, brown, red, velvet, like jacket. So yeah, that's what those guys are inspired after. And since we were doing a Lord of the Rings Hobbit-y update, we decided to go ahead and release Second Breakfast, which has never been released before. This was also from 2 years ago, our Fellowship of the Ring Part 1 Advent Calendar. So, you know, you have eggs, toast, bacon, tones here. It's super cute. And it's on Coquette Sock here, and then I think this one is Squishy Sock. So we're going to have them on a bunch of different bases. So if you wanted to do Second Breakfast socks in actual Second Breakfast, you can do that. We are bringing back one of our very favorites and very fall colors, Shortcut to the Mushrooms, which is also very appropriate. And this is one of my all-time favorites as well. I know I always say that about like at least 2 colors in a podcast, but seriously, I think it's the purples and the greens. I've told you guys before that I'm a big fan of purple and green together, but I'm also a huge fan of orange in yarn because I don't ever wear orange, but for some reason when it's in yarn, it just grabs my focus so intensely. But just look at the like subtle changes in that green up there. It's just, this is goals. It's yarn goals right here. In fact, I would like to do an entire sweater just with this green color. Maybe I'll tell Queen Bee to do that she should just do a colorway that's this section of this yarn, because I love it. And then these aren't all of the colors, but we also have, what is this one? I think it's the Old Vineyard. The Old Vineyard? Maybe Old Vineyard. Which is just this beautiful tonal wine red, purpley red, with these deep spots in it. And it's just, oh. We are huge Lord of the Rings fans. In fact, I can easily say that Lord of the Rings is our favorite fandom of all time. So this update right here is just, it is everything to me. But yeah, no, I'm super excited about this. And there are other colors as well that are coming. Buckleberry Fairy, Samwise, like I said, and I think there might even be another one. But yeah, so that's going to be a pretty big update, and it's all going to be ready to ship. Same with what's in the shop with Harry Potter right now. So I don't know if or when we are restocking any of these. So if you definitely want them, check out the shop at 7 p.m. CST, because that's when we do our update. Or if you are a patron on Patreon, then 6 p.m. But yeah, that was a lot of yarn. And I'm still trying to get into the swing of things, so I am sorry if I'm a little bit all over the place. Also, I feel like I'm finally getting it together mentally near the end of this video, but that's what low blood sugar does to me, and I didn't know what was going to be happening with like the sunlight or the breeze or the bugs or anything. So I came out here, even though my brain was like solid brain flaw. You know what? Don't say anything. Solid brain fog. And I jinxed myself. But I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. Again, please give us a thumbs up. Please comment. Subscribe. And I don't think there's anything else I have to tell you guys. Thanks for getting caught in the wool with me. And I'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye.